I hope this thing working right. I ain't gonna hold you because golly, I'm going, what is yeah, that part, that part, that part. Okay, yes, 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 yes. Okay, yeah, what's up with it, y'all? I know it's been a minute. It's been a minute, but what's up? What's up, everybody? Zafir, Chris. Wait, who's the old cryo? What's up with it, cryo? What's up, Sophia? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. This is the thing, right? I think what took me a minute to come on because that last mushroom experience I had, it was just like so far out, and then I think me trying to explain it and put it into words, like I like explaining it, it just never sounded like like logical. It did to me because I experienced it and I seen it. If you remember where I was saying, the creator thing and separate from the God thing, and and all that I seen in that experience, it was just like so wow that it just let me know it was something above what we actually believed. It was something above, it was something bigger. And like I always had the experiences to where I've seen this thing, and this thing didn't really have no action to it. It was actually just being, and it was like creating, but it didn't have the real realization that it was creating because it was life itself. It was this life thing that was just doing this thing, and there was other creations that came in and tried to take control of this thing. I hope my voice sound right because yeah, this I was all messed up when I when I came home, but I hope it all sound right. But so in order to give a better example of what I was seeing, like I found the video. Like this is what always happens. You know how it is when you have them deep dives, and like you can understand something, but you can't really explain it. And sometimes you can explain it, but the way you explain it, it just doesn't usually sound logical. It's like you fighting with yourself to create or see the understanding in what you seen. And that's when I started, seeing this MONAD thing. And I'm like going to MONAD, and I'm like, oh shit. Okay, so this is what it was showing me. It was showing me the MONAD which was the first, I think, to me, like it was like the first thing that we started to actually understand when we felt like the God presence, but it wasn't God. It was like the MONAD. It was like the thing that was generating everything. And then it kind of over time it grew to where we started getting the God beliefs and all this, and it's crazy because like you can see it yourself. Like whenever we talk about God, it's like we talk about this ruling source that you have to do this. If you don't, then this is gonna happen. It's like period. There's no ins and outs. Like you have to be this, you have to be that. It's like kind of crazy, bro. And then you have this other thing, which is the MONAD, which which dang, I don't know why I cry. Why you didn't tell me about this a long time ago? Hold on, let me post this because we gonna watch this video, and then we gonna talk about it. I kind of got I kind of like doing these little reactions to these videos because a lot of times I'll be seeing these things, and like I hate to say seeing because it's like it goes beyond that. You're experiencing it because you're there. So you're watching it, you're there, and it's happening to you. And it's like you're not seeing it, you're experiencing it. And like just to see that, okay, dang, this is something that was already out there. It shows you how far psychedelics can actually take you. It can take you beyond the spirit. It can take you beyond spirituality. It takes you beyond all these different things. And that's why it's always told you, you have to let go. You have to kind of let go of all the stuff that you think you know, You
Mm-hmm.
kind of like come into this thing as like a baby. What's up, Cryo? Wait, hold on. Let me see. Now my camera is going. I mean, my audio is going over there, and it's not supposed to. Can you hear me, Cryo?
Yeah, I can see you, bro.
Wait, hold on, bro. Dang, I'm hearing you through. Why am I hearing you through my speaker audio on my damn what's the name? That's
Switch
not
to the different mic.
that shouldn't even be on. It shouldn't even be on like that. That's the crazy part.
That is wild.
Yeah, 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 yeah. What the hell? You disconnected? Wait, hold on, hold on. Let me reset this. And hopefully it works. I done got all this stuff set up and then it's still not set up right. It's still
Yeah.
geeky. It's not reading my mixer for some reason. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Mm.
It's not reading my soundboard, my sound card, my whatever this thing is. But it's reading it through the microphone, which is weird. Like why am I why? Why? What the heck, bro? This is trippy. My bad, y'all. This is just not it's working, but it's not working correctly. Let me just say that. But what's up with you though, Cryo? I can still hear you though.
Oh, I'm just chilling here in the middle of the night. You know what I'm saying?
True.
In my friend's car, we was just smoking a little bit, just chilling.
Yeah, turn on 48 phantom power. But how come you not popping up on my computer?
Yeah, bro,
My
that's weird.
soundboard is not popping up right now. I don't know why. It's not but I can hear you now, Cryo.
Good, good.
Yeah, but my I don't know why my it's not working correctly right there. It's
Well,
gonna be
you want to see some crazy candy I got recently?
some what?
I got some candy.
Some what kind of candy?
Apple cranberry flavored sour punch trees.
Oh wow. It's infused.
Nah, I wish.
Well, let me see if it reads this at least. I bet you it'll read this one. No, golly, bro, what's going on right now? Man, I'm about to have to restart this whole thing because it's not gonna work correctly. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. Okay, it's gonna read this one, so I'm gonna just switch to this. Fine, fine. That's what I'm gonna do. I always try to stay updated on the newest. Yeah, I mean. So that's the problem right there. I just got these. I just got this board. You feel me? Because I thought this one would work better, but I really ain't, understood how to use it yet. So I'm gonna have to box that up. I'm gonna have to box that up and switch to the fine fine. So give me a second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Let's see. That should be it. Okay. Yeah, that should be it right there. Hopefully. If y'all can y'all still hear me? Can you still hear me? Let's see, fine, fine. Fine, 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 fine. Okay, test, test, test. Okay, yeah. Okay. That's better. That's better. I have to go back to the old school The fine soundboard. I don't know what the heck was going on with that other one, but all in all, test. Okay, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, so my bad. I had to go back to that. Sounds like a different mic is picking up your voice. That's yeah. I had to switch my soundboard. Cause yeah, I don't know. That other one I haven't really figured out how to work it, so that's the problem. But like I was saying about the monad, we're gonna dive into this video right here that I found that kind of breaks down. And I like we can talk through it. You know how we do. We'll talk about it as we go because it kind of explains a lot of what I was seeing. Like my last two experiences, to be exact, which was like kind of weird, bro. It was like the weirdest thing because just seeing the God entity try to actually control reality and control this world the way it does, it was like I was getting it, I was understanding it, but at the same time I was going, dang, this sounds kind of crazy. And what's wild about it is when you start to dig a little deeper in your studies, you find it, and it's like it's right there. It's like, oh, it's always been right there. And like a lot of people was trying to say, like, okay, they tried to hide it, but it never was hidden. It never was like this is not hidden knowledge. It's information that's been there. It's just been covered up by other information that kind of, made it kind of go away or something, I think. But let's just go on and just get into the video and you'll see what I'm talking about. Right. Let me fix that now. Audio. Oh, I think I got my bad. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I just couldn't hear it right. You said you can't hear the YouTube video? Dang. Bro, it was breaking it down too. Well, it seemed like it was talking about, let's see, okay, see, it can't be that one, default speakers. Can you hear it? Can you hear it now? Oh wow, man. No audio. Okay. I'm trying to get it going right now. Okay, why isn't it? Yeah, I'm trying to see why it's not playing. It's something up. See, go here, go here. What the hell, bro? Okay, that's all. It's all on, right? So I don't see why it's not playing. Everything is turned all the way up. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I've been having dummy complications when I came back. It's like whenever I leave for a little bit momentarily, this always happens. What is that? Echo cancellation. I can hear it clearly. It's like I can hear it clearly. All right. See, even when they test, it's saying that it's Okay, why is that? Man, this is trippy. You still can't hear that. Like, that is wild. This is giving me too many complications right now. See, this is why I think this is why I always stick with Streamlabs OBS, because when I'm using Streamlabs, I know how to use Streamlabs. Like, I don't have no problems with Streamlabs except it lagging. And then I go to this and then have this. It's like it's too much back and forth. That's why I don't like going to new stuff. But I'm always trying. I be trying. Well, let me see if I play it like that.
The woman on the salt flat did not find religion.
Let's see. If I use it that way, hopefully it'll play. Take. Okay. Was it playing clearly though? Is it? Let's see. Can you hear it clearly though?
Light had a source. There was a silence that held everything.
And is it the echo?
Absence, but the silence of origin. And in that silence, beyond stars, beyond breath, beyond even the idea of self, something.
Oh, okay.
It was not a being. It was not a god.
Okay, yeah.
It was not a question or an answer. It was simply one.
Okay, yeah. I just gotta.
Move. It did not speak. It only was. Imagine it now, if you can. A golden
decent
void,
quality, no
meaning,
echo. Okay, all right.
Form, timeless, uncreated,
okay.
Alive in a way no heartbeat could echo. A woman once stood at the edge of a salt flat
okay.
at sunrise.
But
she was simply one.
Like, because the way he even started, it's kind of weird though, because you start like with this, you even start seeing the unfolding of religion and the religious beliefs, how they even came about from, like, because that's one thing that I always was shown. Like, and I said this a long time ago. I said, if you pay attention, everything started from like one tree, and the tree branched off to many different trees, and many different branches from the one tree stump, and that's where you got all these different belief systems that we have. But they all started from this one that created the understanding of that opened up the other doorways for the other ones to exist.
Before anything had a name, before light had a source, there was a silence that held everything. Not the silence of absence, but the silence of origin. And in that silence, beyond stars, beyond breath, beyond even the idea of self, something shimmered. It was not a being. It was not a god. It was not a question or an answer. It was simply one. And the one did not move. It did not speak. It only was. Imagine it now, if you can. A golden void, heavy with meaning but untouched by form. Timeless, uncreated, alive in a way no heartbeat could echo.
It's kind of weird because, like, when we have the ego death, right, and we reach that void, that's what it seems like, bro. It seems like when we reach that place right there, and then it's like the absolute nothingness, like, you don't have no feeling, but it feels good. It feels relaxed. It feels like, like nothing is happening. So it just feels good. Fractals creating infinite complexity.
A woman once stood at the edge of a salt flat at sunrise. She had walked for miles through desert with no destination, only a question in her chest that had no language. Her feet ached. Her mind was still. The world was empty. And in that moment, when all doing had ceased, the sky turned gold.
It's the original life, stopped, yeah.
And something opened in her. Not a vision, not a voice, but a knowing. Tears came, though nothing was sad. She knelt,
look,
not out of faith, but out of recognition.
Hey, this is wild, because after so many experiences, like, you have this, like, I don't know if this is like a spiritual awakening or whatever to call it, but you get to these points to where you just kind of come to tears. Like, it bring you to tears, and it's not a sadness. It's like the a happiness or a loving that is beyond anything that you ever felt, and you just come to tears because you understand it, and it's like, whoa, like, this shit is fucking beautiful, but at the same time, it's scary that it's so beautiful.
She didn't find an answer. She found something deeper than answers. She touched the monad without even knowing its name. Before the gods, before the eons, before the word, there was the monad. The ancient Gnostics described it not as a deity, but as the precondition of all being. It is not a character in the story. It is the blank page before the story is written. It is not even light. For light requires contrast. It is not mind. For mind implies an object. The monad is the indivisible whole, the origin of origins. It did not create in the way we understand creation. It emanated, without intention, without design, simply because overflowing was its nature. We have been taught to imagine the beginning as a command.
Hey, and this is one thing that I was saying. I was like, when you at home and that energy, that electricity is coming through them wires, going through your house, it doesn't know that it's gonna go to your TV or go to your phone or go to your lights. It's just creating the energy for all these things to exist inside your home, for your computer, for everything that runs off electricity. The electricity is just coming in to do that. It don't got no designated way that it's shaped to go or it's formed to go. It's not even looking for a way to go. It's just going. It's being led to whatever you want to power. And it just goes in and it powers that thing. And it's like almost like that's what this thing does, this monad thing. It's just creating. It's just the power of create for the creators to create or some weird shit like that. I don't know how to explain it. I'm just saying.
Light needs a place to arise from. The monad is that place. It is the pregnant silence before vibration, the still field where possibility rests in perfect equilibrium. And though it is said to be unknowable, it is not distant. It is closer than thought, closer than your breath. You do not grasp it by naming it. You become it by unnaming yourself. This is why the mystics of every tradition retreat into silence.
Exactly. Like that's what they do. Like they meditate and they do all these things to get into the silence to reach that thing, that so-called nothingness, bro. And it's like it's weird because I always wonder why the mushrooms like diving in so much. Like I always wonder, like, why would it take my thoughts to where I can't hear my thoughts? And it's like, dang, I started getting it later on, like, oh, because your mind is always trying to create. Your mind is always saying something. It's always doing this. So it took that. And now you don't have to, you feel me? You don't have to worry about it doing that. You can sit back and you can sit in that stillness and be the nothingness. He said, what's happening here? Everything is happening. What's not happening?
Masters meditate on no thought.
Now, what's up with it? His name Jeremiah Painter.
Because the
Germainer.
monad is not forward, it is inward, not more but less, not understanding but surrender. The monad does not explain, it absorbs, it dissolves. It does not say, follow me. It says, remove everything that is not me, and I will be what remains. The woman on the salt flat did not find religion. She found something older. As she rose from the ground, the wind returned, but it did not interrupt the silence within her.
Life before God.
Walked with the same broken shoes, the same tired muscles.
Hey, that's crazy that you say that. Lilo, however you say your name, Lilo by B.I. but that's what I seen on my experience, that it was that the monad was before the God, the creation, the God thing. And that came later. But when that thing did come, it tried to run that. And you know what's weird, right? The thing that if you start, like, once you start to see it, you start seeing that our bodies, the way we go, we do the same thing, right? Because like as embryos, like I wouldn't have had to, I did a whole little thing on this to where I was gonna write a whole little story to show what I'm talking about, because it's fucking weird as shit. Because when the embryo it starts to form, the brain doesn't come till later. You feel me? Because the embryo already have everything there and it starts to form itself. And then when the brain comes, the brain takes over and takes control. And it's like, wait, what the fuck? It's the same thing with reality. It's the same thing. It's like that thing is already got the power to form and to do all the things. But soon as the mind comes in, the mind begins to take control. Like soon as the God, like I said, that's why I call it the God. What did I call it back then? I said the God, ay, bro. I'm having a brain for it. I call it the because you know the God thing. It's like king, ruler. You feel me? It's the one that tries to take over everything. I had a name for it.
She no longer needed to find me.
Yep, it's the
She was me.
what the
She
foundation
didn't
of
need to speak to the
all
sky.
form.
She knew the sky had never stopped speaking, but it spoke in silence, and now she could finally hear. The truth of the monad is not mystical poetry. It is spiritual memory. It is the soul's echo from a time before time. It's the recognition that you are not on a path toward God. You are the forgetting of a field that has never left.
Exactly. See, and once I start getting into this shit, look, this one I knew that I was stepping outside of reality. Once I start getting to the pushing God and the spirituality all out the way and seeing what it was doing, I said, oh shit. I said, man, I'm reaching something that is far beyond like my understanding, our understanding, because I always thought, you had to be spiritual, you had to be this. And it's like, no, all these things over there, they're still playing the same part. You're still missing it. You still missing it because once you become spiritual, what do? You push everybody away and you go, they're non-spiritual. I'm spiritual. They don't understand. I understand. It's doing the same thing. It's the God. It's the God. It's gonna come back to me. It's the God thing playing itself all over again. And it's like, whoa, bro, that shit is this shit is deep.
It's what is left when you let everything else fall away.
Everything fall away.
Holds the truth you've been seeking. And so we begin, not with fire or thunder or sacred texts, but with stillness, with the quiet that speaks louder than revelation. The monad does not
removing the veil.
It is not trying to be found. It has always been here, behind your eyes, beneath your name, inside every breathless moment you've ever tried to avoid. And when you stop trying to understand it, you will remember that you were never anything else.
Yeah. Like, and that's what I always felt like, that's why I think we build all these different things and put them on top of reality because we don't like that stillness. Like to us, that stillness is like death. It's like the nothingness to where, nothing is happening. It's like almost like we're afraid of that. You feel me? And it's like, no, that's when you like when death comes, bro, you open up to everything. You open up to everything. You let go of all these different ideas. Like your body is holding on to all these ideas, all these physical things, all the mental things. Because we always say, okay, yeah, it's a mind thing and all this. No, you gotta let all that shit go. You gotta let it all go. You can't hold on to none of it because all of it is playing the same part. All it did was take different forms. It's the same form taking different names. So it looks different, but it's the same thing. It's just like saying God or Jesus. It's no different, bro.
Not because it is dark, but because light has not yet emerged. That place is not out there. It is within you, beneath every layer of belief, beneath the light of your mind and the heat of your spirit. There is a still, radiant
too much energy.
Deep enough, past identity, past memory,
we don't know what's in there.
You will reach it.
We're in there.
It is not a void. It is not unconsciousness. It is the one before all distinctions, the place beyond the eons. Once, a man sat by the ocean at midnight. The stars shimmered overhead, but he was not looking at them. His gaze was inward, far beyond the tide, beyond the sky, beyond the voice in his own head. He had spent decades studying mysticism. But on that night, he knew that no scripture, no mantra, no sacred name could guide him any further. He whispered into the dark, not asking for help, but simply admitting, I don't know. And the ocean did not answer with thunder. It answered with silence. And in that silence, the veil thinned. He did not see them.
Hey, and that's what you begin to notice, right? Because when we're always following the story, bro, we're always creating the same thing that was here. It'd be hard to get into that silence of things because we were always told you have to believe this, you have to follow this. This is what God is. This is what this is. This is what that is. It's always something that's being created for everybody to follow. And it's weird because you start to see a lot of people does it. And it's not like motherfuckers is like imitating each other. It's like they're saying the same thing over and over and over and over again. Like, have you ever wondered why this shit never saved anybody? It never saved the world. It never did. Now we make it seem like, because I was talking to somebody the other day and they was like going, well, you don't understand. Jesus saved me, or this, or Jesus saved my life. And I'm gonna put it like this: like I'm not doubting that. But one thing that we begin to do is we begin to take away from ourselves and the ones around us that actually help us. Like, think about that. Like, somebody, you can be starving and not have no money, and somebody will come up and give you $20. You know what you'll say? That was God. You don't even thank that person right there. You take it out of their hands and put it in somebody else's hands. Now, this other creator thing has full control over everything, and we don't have no control. Like, this is like what we've been doing for so long, because this is like, it's kind of weird, because this is like what the rulers want. They want us to believe in this higher thing that is doing this in order, so we feel like we don't never have no control. You can't be right. You're a sinner. You feel me? How can you be right? And it's like, bro, once you reach a certain age, you know fucking wrong from right. Like, you trying to tell me, like, once you reach 25, 30, you don't know fucking wrong from right? Yeah, if somebody do something wrong to you, you know it's wrong. You feel me? It's like, man, it's a lot of shit we got to grow out of, but I ain't the one to gossip, so you ain't heard it from me. Yeah, I'm Aquarius. Yeah, Dave.
Not in time, but in principle. It does not sit on a throne. It does not emanate from another. It simply is.
Yeah, it just is.
Barbelo, the first eon, thought, awareness, potentiality. From Barbelo come further emanations: nous, mind, logos, word, and all the divine principles we often confuse for gods. But they are not the source. They are echoes, reflections in a mirror. The monad remains untouched by movement.
Yeah.
It is the ocean beneath the waves.
Man.
Every eon is a function of duality: male and female, light and shadow, thought and feeling. But the monad has no opposite. It is the silence before polarity. It does not vibrate, and yet from it all vibration emerges.
Because it's weird. That's why they always reference the two fish swimming in the circle, because it's always the dragon chasing his tail. It's always you chasing the high. Like, it's like half this shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Half this shit is not like it's a spiritual high. Like, people don't understand. This shit can be a drug too, to where spiritually you're just getting high off of just doing it, or you feel me, or somebody explain it's a high that you're always chasing and you always need. And I think that's why we constantly kind of search for it. It's like it almost get to the point to where you forget to just live life, because you always chasing this thing. So you forget to live, you forget to enjoy people, you forget to enjoy yourself. You feel me? Like, but we gonna get back to it. We're getting back to it real fast.
You reach it by letting go of all beings, even the divine ones. You do not go beyond the eons through effort.
Now look, this and this is crazy. You heard what he said. You get it by.
You cannot reach it by ascending a hierarchy of beings. You reach it by letting go of all beings.
All beings, meaning whatever concept you have about life, any entity, all of them, they're the same. They're no different. And it's hard to let go. It's hard to let go, bro, because you put yourself in that box already. You feel me? It was designed for you to box yourself in it. You feel me? So things can go accordingly for the ones that's running shit right now. So it's like we all do it, and we pass it on, and we have our kids do it, and then they have their kids do it. And our grandparents, like, we always get that, well, this is what your grandma did, this is what your granddaddy did. And it's like a lot of times it's doing nothing but just keeping us in the cage. It's like weird as shit, bro.
You do not go beyond the eons through effort. You go beyond them by stopping. The ancient Hermetic texts say, God is an infinite sphere, whose center is everywhere, and whose circumference is nowhere. That center is the monad. It is not a location. It is not a concept. It is the substratum beneath all expression. Even the pleroma, The realm of fullness and light is but a ripple upon its surface.
Yeah.
And if the pleroma is the body of God, the monad is the breath that sustains
Parasite.
it. The man by the
That's a
ocean would
good
later
one.
describe that night not as a mystical experience.
Wait, hold on. He said it's like how it's like how they say language is a parasite. In the beginning was the word, but the word is not the beginning. Exactly. Like in the beginning was the word, but the word was not the beginning. But that's what and it's weird because I'm telling you, even if you go and you take this to somebody and you try to break it down to them, somebody who already got a set belief, the first thing they're going to say, their beginning is going to be like Adam and Eve. You feel me? Like, well, where does Adam and Eve come into play at? Or, it's going to be something else. And it's like, bro, come on now. Like.
But as an undoing, he did not learn anything. He unlearned everything. The silence that had once felt like absence now pulsed with intelligence.
And
though he could not explain what happened, he knew one thing with certainty. The eons were not outside of him. They were within.
Hey, exactly. And see, this is what I had a hard time doing, but I didn't, because it leads you this way to unlearn everything. Because we always got, like, even with the psychedelics, we got people telling us how to take them, why to take them, when to take them, how you should take them, what they're taken for. You got everybody feeding the same narrative over and over and over again. It's not changing nothing. It's not changing the world. You feel me? It's just us playing the same story over and over again. And then, but once you start letting go of all these different stories and all these different ideas and all the different beliefs, bro, you step out. That's when I said, bro, I actually stepped outside of the reality. I stepped outside and all I could see was a bunch of bullshit. And I didn't want to accept it. I never really wanted to accept it because I always, it was like smoking weed every day. I was getting a high off of doing all these things, believing all these things. I was getting a high off of it. But when I stepped outside, I said, damn, bro. I said, it's all a game. You feel me? But I knew that a long time ago when everybody always say, oh, it's the Matrix. And it's like, then why are we believing all these things within the Matrix if it's the Matrix? How can it be the Matrix, but yet we accept all the things that's within the Matrix? It's fucking crazy. It's beyond me.
But deeper still was
what you feel lighter
them.
even.
And that is the secret. You are not just a soul made by divine light. You are the witness of light, the perceiver of perception, and even that must eventually be released, because the monad is not someone watching. It is what remains when there is no watcher left. It is the end of division, the collapse of identity, and yet, paradoxically, it is the moment you feel most whole. To go beyond the eons is not to reject them, but to
I think that's why I feel so good these days.
To let the story of spirit unfold, then dissolve back into the page from which it was written. That page is the monad, and you
the monad
dreamed. But now the dreamer is waking up.
Ain't that some shit? Like, you the story, you just the dream that the monad is actually having. And you feel me? That's when you get to that spot where you start seeing, like I said, everything is one thing. And it's like, it's hard to accept it because, we all is all things, decarbs. We all like so busy trying to be all these other things. You feel me? Which I'm saying, like, it like, I'm not saying it like there's something wrong with it. No, this is the thing experiencing itself in every which way through you, looking at things through you in every which perspective, every perspective that we can think of. But we'll think it's only our perspective that actually exists. But no, it's looking at it from every perspective. It's looking at it from through this iPhone. It's looking at it through the computer. It's looking at it from every perspective. The one thing, the oneness, the monad is experiencing itself through everything in every which way. But it's letting the experiencer actually be the thing that it's being. It doesn't take away from you doing whatever you do. It doesn't take away from the phone being the phone. It'll let the phone, and you see the phone is doing the same thing. This shit keep advancing. You feel me? Every time you turn around, you think you got to do iPhone shit. As soon as you go get that motherfucker, new one come out. Same thing, bro. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, you start. Yeah, you do. You do because you, hey, you start. You know why you start judging less and less? because you start seeing that everything is actually the same thing. You don't just stop judging. You feel me? You might say something, but you still see that it's still that thing is still the same thing. It's like, what the fuck? Like, why is we separating it? We constantly separating it, and we're making this religion seem different than that one. This belief system seem different than that one. You feel me? We constantly doing that. You know why? Because we got that's what I call it, the God complex. We have the God complex. And when you have the God complex, you want to be better. You want to be better than them. You want to be ruler of them. You want to control them. You want to control that. And this is what we do as bodies with our God complex. We come through and we want to control the material reality. You feel me? That's why we do all the things that we do. We work for this, we work for that. We want to control this shit, bro. And like, really, nobody has control. This shit is doing what it do. It's like fucking crazy.
A child stood in front of a mirror for the first time. At first he laughed, pointed, made faces, marveled at the creature copying his every move. But then he stared. The joy faded into stillness. The longer he looked, the more he forgot he was looking. The boundaries between the boy and the reflection and the room and everything else began to dissolve. And in one strange and sacred moment, he asked without words, "Who is this?" And for the first time in his short life, he felt the vastness of being, without name, without story. Not a boy, not a body, just awareness staring at itself through a child's eyes. The monad is that moment, before thought, before identity, before even the concept of self appears.
You feel me? And remember, I was telling you, like, that's what my 12-year-old came to me and he was telling me, he was like, he said, I wasn't even conscious, Dad, until I was like this age. And I'm like going, yeah, how you even fucking know that? You're like, because that's when I started knowing myself. This is when I became consciously aware of shit. You feel me? And I was able to think for myself and able to do this. And you feel me? And it's weird because that's what the child did, seeing himself in the mirror, not even knowing, dancing like when they put the mirror in the jungle with the fucking animals and shit, remember? And the animals, the apes and shit looking at it, they think it's something else. The gorillas is like punching at the ground at it and shit. And then you fucking realize it's you and you go, oh shit. And it's a next step in like a little dramatic awakening. Going, oh shit, that's me. And it's like, whoa, like that shit is fucking crazy, bro. And I think we get it off psychedelics so much, like in the dive.
It is the one beyond oneness. It does not think because there is no other to think about. It does not perceive because perception implies
what's
separation.
Up, Zafir?
It does not even recognize itself because recognition assumes distinction. It is not unconscious, but it is not consciousness either. It is pure isness before all categories.
Hey, I like how he said that though, because it's not consciousness, it's pure isness. Isness is pure isness. It just is. And it's everything. So it's like, I don't know, but I think it's kind of cool that we create all these other things. But what's up, Zafir? I know you got something to say.
No, not yet. I was just listening.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting better at listening.
Oh, okay. I got you. Let's keep going.
Before all perception, before all desire. The mind cannot understand this, and it shouldn't try. Understanding is a tool of duality. It compares, it names, it organizes, and none of these functions can touch the monad. In fact, the more you try to grasp it, the further you drift from it. The only way to approach the monad is by subtraction, by releasing thought, form, and identity, like layers of a robe falling to the floor. You stand naked in the presence of the One by forgetting who you ever were. Mystics across the ages have tried to speak of this state. The Zen master calls it no mind. The Sufi calls it fana, annihilation of the self. The yogi calls it samadhi, absorption beyond identity. But all of these are just ripples on the surface of the sea. It's
weird because I remember when I like reached that samadhi. It was like crazy. Well, and it's this the wild thing, right? Because you in your journey, you start to see that all you're doing is you going through all the different belief systems that we ever built over time. That's all you're doing. Like, and you don't even have to go read the shit. You don't have to. You could, but you're going through it little by little. You feel me? It was a time to where I got. Yeah,
it just becomes validation at a certain point, right?
yeah, and but it's showing you at the same time how all the belief systems, where they started from, where they went, and where they gonna end up. It's showing you that in the story. Because you remember a long time ago when I first really started doing this, they was like, "You Gnostic, huh?" It's like, nigga, I don't even know what Gnostic is. I have to go look it up.
And then you
Then
look and you're like, oh shit, I am.
yeah,
Shit.
I am this, I am Gnostic. Then I went beyond that to the next one that came after that. And it was like, dang, but you just see it, bro. It's like, this shit is deep.
Truth. But what you are not is the gateway to what you always were. The monad doesn't exist somewhere else. It exists in the space that opens when you stop trying to be anything at all. The Gospel of Thomas says, when you make the two one, then you will enter the kingdom. This is not a metaphor, it is a formula. When you dissolve the illusion of duality, me and you, inner and outer, self and other, you return to the monad, the undivided state. The world of form is beautiful, but it is not the source. It is a dance of reflection. But the monad is the mirror that reflects nothing, because it already is everything.
Hey, I told y'all, I said, that's what we are. We are reflections. That's all we are.
Projecting reflectors. Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Just reflecting everything that we ever learned or felt like we knew or whatever. We're just reflecting it back to the world, back out.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it. And it's like, damn, bro. Like
that's
this
why
video.
You have to investigate yourself to see it. Like you really have to go introspective.
Yeah, you have to that and like that's not an easy thing to do because once you start going inner, the first things you're going to see is what everybody told you were.
Yep. And it's true, all of it.
Yeah, all of it, but it's more, and there's
more than that too. Yeah,
more, and there's more, and then there's nothing.
But it's not nothing. It's the substrate of everything.
Yeah, but when you say nothing, you're going, all those things were just stories. They were ideas.
No, and they are, but they're really fascinating stories. I mean, I'm here for it.
Yeah, we all are. We all are. That's why we all here. But I always go like this. I said, dang, think how many people live this life.
Nobody lived it like you. Nobody lived it like me. We're doing this.
No, but at the same time, that's what we would say ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't see the underlying truth that it's the same thing living the life over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have a few memories from other lives, but not all of the memories from all those lives.
Hey,
a few.
I think I was thinking about this one time. I was going, okay, so if people were to come back into life and live again, do you come back with the people that was on your timeline?
Yeah, but it's all shuffled. It's all shuffled together. It's really weird. It's like I have a memory, and you can recognize the people like as people in your current life, but they look different. But their energy feels the same once you really look at it. And I I don't even know how to explain it. It sounds like freaking insane. But like I was my dad's husband. He was my wife at one in a past life. Like it's like weird because it's like you just to wrap your head around that is so weird.
Nah,
but
it
and
is.
I didn't treat him well or her well, whatever.
Yeah, I had like I had went in and had an experience to where it seemed like every woman was the same woman. Like every man was the same man. Every zebra was the same zebra. And it was like weird as hell because I was all of them. But I didn't, I didn't want to, I don't know. A lot of times I didn't want to accept a lot of shit that I was seeing.
Well, did you ever notice that? Like when you're like in a relationship that's a bad relationship and you just break up and leave the person, you get another person that is like another version of them, pretty much. Like until you learn the lesson, it just keeps happening the same way, sort of.
Yeah, it does. It just is. I said this a long time ago. I said, dang, really, you just building yourself up for the person that you think you're gonna be with, Like,
That is
and
exactly
usually
right.
they look like the last person that looked like the last person that looked like the last person. But yeah,
It's
let's
literally like that for me because I had a Gemini that I dated for 11 years and then I was with an Aries for 17 years and now I got a Libra. So I got the air training and the cardinal training and now I got the air cardinal.
yeah, which is wild.
Yeah,
What's up,
which is
Dave?
exactly what I need really because it's like I'm a double Leo Taurus moon. So
You
I've
know
got the
what?
fire and the earth.
I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm like the only person probably in here that ain't into none of that stuff. I
What's
just
It
thought
up,
all
Tree?
you
You
were
whatever
right?
works.
into it. I
I
didn't know
think
if it
whatever
was a
works.
lion, a tiger, or a bear. I didn't even know. I didn't
Tree's
even
an
know.
Aquarius, man. I
I
said it
know
in the
I'm
chat.
Aquarius.
I
And
could
every
tell.
time people
I
That
explain
could
it to
tell.
me,
the
and I
stable
said,
revolution. That's what Aquarius is. It's the stable revolt. It's the minimizing the damage, but drastic change is coming for sure.
I said I hate it because I said I do not follow rules. I hate
I'm,
rules for some reason.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I'm bad at that
Create my
too.
own rules, and when people say that's the rule, and I break the rule, and I go, and they be like, you shouldn't have done that, and then they start doing it, and I'll be like, I told you.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love when people tell me that things are impossible, even though I don't like when they tell me things are impossible because I don't believe them. I mean, I just like go, okay, fine, I'll show you.
Yeah, gnosis to know. Is that that's what gnosis do mean, huh? To know, which is crazy.
Hmm.
But yeah, let's
We
go
all
and let's
dance
finish
around
this
in a
video.
circle and suppose while the truth lies in the center and knows.
Yeah, exactly. Let's finish this video real fast. We're gonna get into a little more of this because once we start talking after this, we're gonna be talking.
He turned from the mirror, distracted by noise. He forgot what he had seen, forgot the question, forgot the sacred stillness. But something remained in him, a strange memory, an ache that would resurface again and again throughout his life. He would see it in the face of a stranger, in the silence of the forest, in the quiet just before sleep.
That's what you was just saying.
But it would always know him. This is the secret of awakening. It is not becoming something new. It is remembering something ancient, something underneath the stories, underneath the roles, the goals, the lifetimes. The monad is not a reward. It is your original state. It is not earned. It is revealed when everything else falls away. So stop trying to become. Stop striving to define yourself. Sit, breathe, unname, unmask, unbecome. In the still space that remains, you will not find a God looking back at you. You will not find an angel or a voice or a vision. You will find nothing, and that nothing will be more whole than everything you've ever known.
Hey, I think that's the scary part that
It's not
I
scary.
was getting into. No, I'm saying it to me, like that was the scary part because it was like it was really no meaning to anything. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't nothing that you really had to do in order to, get here or get there. It wasn't nothing that you had to do in order to even exist.
Yeah, it's kind of like hiding behind the nihilism of it, a little bit. It's like, and then you go, well, but this nothing is what everything's made of. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah. Cause I think we fight because it's like, we go, you supposed to be like this or you supposed to be like that.
You
And
get
it's
to
like,
decide though.
yeah, you really don't. You feel me? That's just
Sort
people.
of.
That's the God complex coming
Yeah.
in, making rules.
You
You
still get to
feel me?
decide though.
I,
It
I
feels
kind of.
like
Sorry.
it anyways.
Yeah. That's
The illusion is so vast that it matters not, I say.
yeah. What you was gonna say, Dave?
I feel like to discover new things, like to discover, you don't. It's not about rules. It's about breaking the rules. But I believe once you discovered whatever you're looking to discover, that's when the rules come into place to get the full understanding of what you're trying to understand.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. But
You
Yeah.
got what I mean? So
yeah,
I
I
feel
get
like they both go hand in hand because this is the thing. True, yeah. That's what I was saying in the comments. Like you're like a warrior spirit. Yeah, you go head first into things. Some people need rules. Some people can't handle not the consequences, but the true reality of things. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So sometimes people need rules to go step by step. Going in things head first is not for everyone. I'm a go in head first type of person, but that's not for everyone. Do you get what
No,
I'm
I don't
saying?
recommend it to everybody either.
It's kind of
Yeah.
weird, right? Because like when I got to that point and I seen everything as one thing, that's when everything shifted and it said, okay, this one thing is only looking at it through your eyes. So right, the you that you think you are right now only been here for so many years. It's nothing. But to you, it's a long time. I learned this, I learned that, but the thing that you truly are knows everything. That's
Yeah,
why it can sit back and it can watch you think you're doing all these things because this is what it wants to feel. It wants to feel like this thing is new to it. Like this
Yep.
thing, like I'm experiencing this. Look, I just found out this, but this thing already know it because it's that too.
Yep.
Like, do you get what I'm
yeah.
saying?
But we only get a tiny angle. That's why we need the we're even me speaking to you is understanding different angles what my perception might need another perception to add on to it,
Yeah,
because do you get what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's like we all everyone gets a tiny angle of consciousness or how they move or how they think. And that's when what I was speaking about when I came on, not the last time we spoke, but the time before when I was talking about astrology. I feel like astrology is for the angles where you see at directly, like when you're born, when you come here. I feel like it's like the physical template of the psychology, but it's not. I don't see it as a thing of like to really predict. You could predict certain things, but it's not for prediction. It's based on the psychology and the angles you see at. You got what I'm saying?
I like I understand that 100%. But now let's say, look at it from the angle of the monad. What angle would that
Yeah,
be?
It would
That'll be
be
every angle.
looking at a map. It's kind of like a map of like when you're navigating, but you're navigating being yourself.
Yeah, that'll
Like,
be looking at all these stars right here that's on the screen. You're like, you're not looking at them because you can't. You know why? Because you're being them. You already all these stars that's on the
yeah,
screen. You're everything that's on this screen, the little burst of air, you're all of it already in one.
and you're
You're
still
already
choosing to
all of
be
it.
right here in your
Right.
present too.
Yeah. But all
Hmm.
these stars are looking at it from their own way.
Hmm.
So you get the experience of all of them.
Hmm. On a
yeah,
Everything.
level that's not really in your conscious awareness necessarily, because I think that's the whole thing. Is like, I think that you can make your subconscious more conscious,
yeah,
and you can turn that volume up and down if you know how to install the whatever that thing is.
The right.
but you, you know, like the
You went out, Dave.
Yeah,
You know
we can't hear you. The
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 the the
the thing, the thought.
yeah, but it's I'm gonna say it again. Look, I understand us looking at it from like our own perspective, but for a minute at times you have to step outside of the perspective that was created and generated. Like me, I try to step outside of that and go, okay, if I was the thing looking at it from all these different angles, like every idea that you have, that thing is that idea.
Yep. And it's
That
all out
thing is
there,
that
like,
phone. That thing is that computer. That thing
hmm
is that wall. It's those shoes that you put on.
hmm
It's all of them.
just temporarily though.
It's always. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Here we go. Right here. Is that you right now, Dave?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, yeah. Now, what was you saying? The something.
you asked me about the nomad, so like the the creation story thing what we're watching. Yeah, that still holds up because I believe that everything is one thing it to a certain degree, but also everything is separate. Five people could have a different experience from drinking orange juice. You get what I'm saying? One
Yeah,
person could have allergic reaction. Another person is their favorite thing. Another person that it's just okay to them. We all have it different angles where we see the same thing from. Do you get
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah. Exactly. Right.
Yeah,
Exactly. Like I understand that piece. I understand that piece. Like even the fact that okay, you can take a thousand people and it'll be split up in those five different ways, divided by 1,000. You know,
yeah,
50 will have this, 50 this will happen, 50 this will happen, 50 this will happen, but it'll happen to 50 of them, and
it's true.
this will happen to 50 of them. Now, that experience that all of them, all the whole 1,000 is going, where's that experience actually going to?
What's next?
It's going to the infinite all thing that is being everything. Because it's not, it's being everything. Like when I say like I know you had these experiences, Dave. I know you have
Yeah,
to where
yeah.
you've seen this thing. It was the words, it was the sound of the words. It was the feet stomping on the ground. It was the sound of the feet stomping. It was the feet doing the stomping. It was the toenails on the feet that was doing the stomping. It was the toes that was doing the stomping on the feet. It was every aspect of it. Dang, he keep going out. Wait, let me play. Oh, he said, I like what Lilo said. He said, what if language is the psychedelic and the psychedelics are the antidote that removes the language for us to experience more truth every now and then.
I don't know. I think language will still exist even when we become telepathic because of song lyrics and poetry.
Yeah, because
It still provides a little mystery.
it
It's
kind
like,
of it kind of put explanations on things. It's weird because the language creates so much. It creates so many different ideas, so many different belief systems as we go. Like
infinite complexity. Yep.
yeah, like it's weird because like we talked about this a long time ago. Like anger, like you like you'll get mad if somebody cuts you off. Is that anger any different than a child when you take their iPad and they get angry?
Not really. That's why I don't get mad anymore.
I do. No, I
I
do sometimes.
don't. Unless I'm really, really like, unless it's really something important, I don't get mad. I mean, it's like, whatever. This is just like some little, it's not important thing. Like the dog chewed up my thing. I'm not mad at the dog. It's like, that's what dogs do, you know?
Yeah, because every feeling, every emotion, every idea is just something that comes and goes.
Yep. And if it's not really that important, I've seen people get so upset over something that is like really trivial.
Yeah,
And
I
I
see
so
it. I see it every day. Just driving the
it's
bus, I see it
like a
every day.
waste of time and energy for me. So I just kind of like take a deep breath, and it's amazing how calm people can get like around whenever you're calm. Like it can wave, it like ripples out sometimes.
Yeah, nah, it kind of spreads to everybody. that's around you. It's a beautiful thing when you do that though.
Mm-hmm.
When that happiness or that calmness, and you give it to somebody else and they feel it and they start being it, then they pass it on and it just goes on.
What it's all about.
Yeah. But okay, let's go back to the video real fast. Let's go back to the video. I'm gonna let it play for a minute and then we're gonna just kind of cut it off and go into our conversation as usual.
There is a
Wait, give me
story
a
passed
minute.
down
Let
in
me.
many tongues that in the beginning God spoke. Let there be light,
Oh
a
no,
divine
I ain't.
command,
We
a
get
word
water.
that shattered the void and shaped the world. But no one asks, what was there before that voice? What was the womb from which even the Logos emerged? The answer is more profound than any theology dares to touch. Before the word, there was not a question. There was not even silence as we knew it. There was presence without language, power without expression. There was the
That's
MONAD.
what he just was
On the far
saying.
edge of a mountain range, an elder once sat beneath a stone arch carved by time. He had walked for days without speaking. His lips cracked from dryness, his eyes weathered by light. And in the stillness of dusk, he mouthed a word, but did not say it aloud. Not because he lacked strength, but because he no longer needed sound. He knew now that the divine did not begin with a sentence. It began with a breath that wasn't breathed, a knowing that wasn't spoken. And in that unspeakable presence, he felt the first source rise in his chest. No voice, no name, only truth.
Ain't that like it's weird because like even when you hear this stuff, like you can see like this is where all the meanings of a lot of scriptures came from. You remember because
Mm-hmm.
like God breathed the breath of life into Adam.
Yeah, well, and it becomes like you start recognizing this pattern emerging and kind of like orienting yourself within it. Like you follow the synchronicities in a way because that's almost like it feels like
Wally, come in here,
you're
Wally.
discovering a mystery or something, like you're following
Yeah,
the correct path.
it's easier. Yeah, it's easier to get in here, Wally, into StreamYard. Yeah, we need you to come in. Means the one in Hebrew. In Hebrew, Achad means the one, and the creator is called Achad. You know what's weird though, because like when I was like you had the monad, the triad, you had so many different names that they had back then before it even got up to being the God thing, that it was just like trippy, bro. It was like I was in here forever, it seems, looking like going over this stuff. You're back, Dave. But Wally, it's easier for you to get in here on this, and like always, it's always open to anybody. But let's go. Let's continue.
Logos, the word, the voice of God. It is beautiful, yes, but it is not the origin. The Logos is the child of the silence. Its first breath was taken within the arms of the MONAD. This is why the Gnostic scriptures say the word was brought forth, not commanded. It emerged, not because the MONAD desired creation, but because fullness naturally overflows. The word is vibration, and vibration requires space. Silence is that space. The one did not speak to create, it simply was. And from that wholeness all sound was born. Modern spirituality still waits for messages, for signs, for words from beyond. But the highest truth does not echo, it surrounds, it fills, it holds you in ways no voice ever could, because the deepest awakening is not a revelation, it is a return, a dissolving into what does not need to be spoken to be known. What you're truly searching for will not announce itself, it does not speak your language, it speaks the language before language, the pulse of being itself.
And this what I was trying to say right here, Zafir, is that it don't need to be said because it already
Ellipses say
is.
what's left unsaid. Ellipses,
Yeah.
dot.
Yes, it already is. It don't need to be explained. It really don't, because it
Well,
already
and
is.
nobody would really understand you necessarily anyways. I mean, unless they already understand. And then so it's like you're just getting validation.
Uh, maybe, maybe, but
It feels
I don't,
good. I like
yeah,
it.
yeah, it does. It does. It's a beautiful thing.
The Gospel of the Egyptians tells of a mysterious eon called the Silent Spirit, who existed before all sound. It was from this silent force that Barbelo was emanated, and from Barbelo the
Barbelo.
word. This sacred genealogy tells us what religion has long forgotten, that the divine is not first a speaker, but a stillness that gives birth to speech. And if you wish to know the source, you must go past every voice you've ever heard, even the ones called holy. The elder on the mountain eventually...
And that's one of the things too I used to talk about is that's what you fight through the psychedelic experience. You fight through all the ideas and all the voices you heard over time, explaining reality to you and explaining yourself to you,
and you dissolve them all one at a time.
One at a time. You can actually even see where they came from, which is
the well, that's the whole point. Is you like work through them. You find those little switches that get, or those buttons that get pushed, and then you can just take them out. Like you can put something else there if you want, or whatever. But it's like you're rewriting you're putting yourself back to the blank slate again.
Yeah.
But you know all the things that you know still, like.
Which is weird. That's the ego death, the great reset.
Well, see, and I think ego death, I came across whenever I decided I was on the path of unconditional love. My friend Bella, like, told me, she was like, well, what about you? Like, and I was like, well, what about me? And she was like, well, you can't murder your ego because that's not very loving. And I was like, oh, shit, this kid is so smart. Oh. And so I was like, okay, so I have to figure out what I'm going to do to love myself, my ego. And so I gave it a different job. I gave it a second job because it's really good at its first job, which is protecting me. And so I was like, well, what can it do? Well, it can like keep me from being brainwashed. It can like bounce off all the advertisements, all the things that people project onto you that are not true. It's going to bounce all those things off. So I don't have to worry about them. And that's what it does. And it's really good at it. It keeps it really busy. So it's not in my way all the time.
Yeah. I always looked at the ego as being a good thing. Also, it's a dope helper.
Yeah, it's been protecting you. It is you though. It's protecting you, and it is you. Like
because it's all
just trying to keep you alive. It just had so much bandwidth reserved whenever we were like escaping predators and things that we don't have to worry about now, and it doesn't. It's not adjusted yet because we haven't done the firmware update on our brains.
You start to see that it's all you. Like every system of understanding, every idea that you have, it's all you. Like that's why you hold on to it. You feel me? Like just think.
You just hang on loosely though. Hang on loosely.
Yeah, but that's the thing that I always say is like letting go of all these things that you built over time. It's almost like dying.
Mm-hmm. And it feels like it a little bit. It's like what is left.
Yeah, your ideas and your beliefs, they don't want to die. They don't even want to be wrong, for one. They don't want to be wrong and they don't want to die. They want to live forever just like you.
They want to exist in reality too, like in the experience of everyone here. And I think like sometimes other people are better suited to make your dreams reality. And if you just let them go out into the ether, they will just materialize. And then you're like, hey, I thought of that, but I didn't do it myself. Somebody else did it. They get credit for it. That kind of sucks, but it's like really awesome that it just happens. Like with your thought.
Yeah, what was you gonna say, Dave?
I was gonna say my nickname for the ego is the hater spirit. That's what I call it. It's the hater spirit. Because the part of the ego when they're saying get rid of your ego, I feel like it's a certain aspect of your ego. Like self-care and all of them is based on the ego and things like that. But I feel like the part of the ego they're talking about is the part of yourself what always doubts, what puts yourself in negative mindsets, what puts yourself in a way where you're protecting yourself from something what happened like 20 years ago. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like it's like something was there, like a hater. Like a hater wants to see what's going on with your life, but it's still gonna hate. That's how I see it. Yeah, you
Well,
know, like when you're going into, like when you're ready to have an ego death, and you could hear your actual ego saying, "Please save me, don't die." That is the part of you what you're trying to destroy. Anything was scared to go into the next step of your evolution. Do you get what I'm saying?
see, it
I
always
feel
grows
that
back though. You can kill it over and over and it always grows back. It's
you
necessary.
can't kill your whole ego. You could only kill certain aspects of it. Say
Mhm.
like if I had a traumatic experience happen to me as a child, that aspect of the ego was still protecting me from that, because
Yeah.
Mhm.
that a situation in your childhood, you could be still acting out the negative feeling you had then to the end of your life, but
It,
you're trying to kill that part of yourself what hates on yourself,
it
what doesn't want the best for yourself. Do you
it's
get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's weird because it seemed like it's not just protecting you from that thing, it's protecting you from anything that comes close to being that thing or
Mhm.
seems like it's that thing.
Yeah,
Might not even be that, but it's gonna
Well,
protect you.
and it's weird because when you're in danger, that part it goes directly to where that is the controller. Your logic is like it's shut down and it bypasses it and goes straight through. That's why like propaganda and things like that, whenever they get you in a fearful state, you're not you're not capable of thinking logically. You're just reacting instead of responding like
I'm
thoughtfully.
I'm gonna say it
Because
again.
and that's why like people that want to control you put you in that fear state. They bombard you with like all sorts of things, and that's why I put it as my backdoor bouncer, because it's like a real vulnerability that we humans have is like
Yeah,
suggestibility and repetition and collective like groupthink and things like
and
that. They're
it's it,
weird.
it's kind of weird too because it's like like I feel like you need the ego because you can't get too soft because
Yeah.
then you'll
yeah,
fall for anything, you'll accept anything.
Well,
yeah.
and you can't
You
be
can't.
brave unless you have something that's sort of a threat, like, so if you're not threatened at all, then I don't know, that seems pretty oblivious, it's like maybe
It's what
I
they
don't think
say.
you can be
Balance.
ignorant and know things
It's like what they
simultaneously,
say.
but
It's a balance. It's a
yeah.
balance.
Yeah.
But let's see. Let's finish this video. I'm trying to finish this video. This is like 44 minutes though.
He stood. He did not declare what he had found. He did not start a movement or write a book. He simply smiled. Because once you've tasted the source before sound, you no longer need to prove anything. You become a walking silence, a breathing mystery.
Yeah.
People feel something when they're near you, but they can't name it.
Exactly.
That's because what moves through you now
Excuse me.
has
Exactly.
no name. Even the logos bows to its origin. Sound returns to silence, just as form returns to dust. The beginning was not a word. The beginning was what allowed the word to become. And you too were not spoken into existence. You emanated from the fullness of the One. The monad did not call your name. It breathed you, not through lungs, but through stillness. So when you long to hear the voice of the divine, stop listening with your ears. Close your eyes. Enter the silence so deep, it becomes a presence. The one you seek will not say a word. It will not explain. It will only fill you, because it already is you. And in that sacred union, you'll remember, the divine did not begin with a voice. It began with you. A pool high in the mountains sat still for centuries. It did not ripple, it did not overflow, until one spring morning snowmelt swelled its edges. And then effortlessly, it began to spill. Not in chaos, not in destruction, but in perfect rhythm. Down the rocks it flowed, carving nothing, disturbing nothing, just moving because it was full. Not out of need, not out of purpose, but out of completeness. This is what the ancients meant by emanation, not a god that creates from command, but a source that overflows because it is so whole, it cannot contain itself. The monad is not a builder. It is not a deity sitting outside of time deciding what should be made. It does not calculate. It does not intervene. It simply is. And from its pure being, things arise, not in the way that a sculptor chisels stone, but in the way that warmth radiates from the sun, or
That shit is
from a
trippy.
flower. The monad does not need to make. It emanates. And what it emanates are eons,
Yeah, true
not beings in
manifestation.
robes and wings, but aspects of divine fullness. Thought, grace, mind, truth, silence, light. Barbalo was the first emanation. The first thought, the mirror of the monad. But even Barbelo was not created. She was revealed, like a reflection appearing in a calm sea. And from her, Nous, the divine mind, appeared, followed by Logos, the word. Each emanation, more expressive, more perceptible, like waves stepping down the frequency of the source, until vibration became light, and light became form. But still, the monad remains untouched. It never stopped being whole. This is what the Hermeticists meant when they said, as above, so below. The very act of life radiating through you, your breath, your awareness, your love, is emanation. You are not a separate creature made by divine command. You are an extension of fullness, a ripple of sacred equilibrium.
But at the same time, I think that's one of the things that we want to be. Like, we want to be that, because we feel that ourselves. Like, I want to be myself, and myself wants to be this, and myself is seeing this, and and it's like, I'm not taking away from that. I'm just saying yourself is still the whole. It's still the thing.
Briefly believes it is an individual wave before remembering it is the ocean. Even your longing for the source is the monad calling you back, not with a voice, but with resonance. There is no striving in emanation, no tension, no separation. The source does not give itself away. It shares itself effortlessly. Emanation is not an act, it is a condition, a divine blooming. And when you return to stillness, you begin to feel this again, not just in your mind, but in your cells, your breath, your being. You realize that awakening isn't about doing more. It's about aligning with the nature of what
yes, Wally.
The mountain pool eventually stopped overflowing. The snowmelt passed, and it returned to stillness.
Exactly, Wally.
But the valley remembered the touch of that water, the moss that grew, the life it left behind. And so it is with the monad. It touches form for only a moment, but that moment changes everything. You are that touch. You are that moment. And your life is not a project. It is a remembrance. When you allow yourself to stop striving, when you stop trying to manipulate your destiny, and instead become still, the monad begins to move through you again. Not as force, but as grace. You become the emanation. You become the radiance. And not because you finally earned it, but because you finally stopped blocking it. Emanation is not a theory. It is what you are. Right now, you are not separate from the ripple that never left the lake. And once you realize this, you won't need to become divine. You'll simply start being what you already are, the overflow of wholeness.
And I don't want to say this no more. Like, you are already it, but you're looking to be it, what you already are. And it's like weird, like, because I'm doing it. I'm looking for this thing. But it got to a point to where I had dove in so much, I stopped searching. It wasn't nothing to look for, because I was already that thing. But I was, it's like weird. It's weird as hell, but it's dope at the same time.
Well, at that point, do you look for other people that are you too, like that have awakened? That's what I've been doing.
No, because nobody is asleep. That is something that was generated from us to go. If you don't know this or you don't know that, like, come on now. If somebody, just think, if you go up to somebody that don't know how to read, you're gonna go, oh, you don't know how to read. You ain't this. It's the same.
I'd offer to teach them to read.
No, I understand that, but still, though, a lot of people like that. Nothing. All of it is still the same thing. It doesn't matter if it knows this or it knows that.
Drew, I wanted to ask you a quick question, because everything you're saying is facts, I'm not going against what you're saying. But I wanted to ask you, do you know, like, what they're talking about? Because I know you've had that state where you go into, we was talking about it last time, to absolutely nothing. No thought, no nothing, Do you believe, that when we take the mushroom, or when we take psychedelics, and everything's one thing, do you reckon we're tapping into, like, the human consciousness. And do you believe that when we go to that place of nothingness, we're actually tapping into the greater consciousness? Do you reckon that there's levels to the consciousness?
I think
Does that
so.
make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like when you go into the nothingness, bro, like, you know, because like, well, when I go, every time I see a light and I go towards the light, and then the light begins to create. But the
Yeah,
nothingness be like the most sacred, best feeling, because it's not nothing going on. There's no consequences there. I'm not scared. I don't have no feelings
yeah,
of remorse. I don't feel no love. I don't feel no hate. I don't feel anything. It's like I released everything that I ever was, and now I'm just the nothing, because I'm not creating anything.
yeah, yeah,
Except
Now,
for
it's
the
true.
thought of
now,
awareness, maybe that you're being aware of it.
get
So
that be the weird part, because I don't even be aware of it. I just
Yeah,
be
you don't
there.
know nothing.
I don't know nothing.
Nothing. You
yeah, well,
don't
we
even
don't.
know that you're there.
But when you come back, when you get away from it, you know that feeling, and you know what it felt like. Because once you start
Yeah,
creating, you start seeing that it's the yin yang.
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, whenever I had my epiphany, the only thing that I really brought back from the experience of like everything speaking to me and seeing like all the paths of everything, like stretching backwards and forwards through time. And the only thing that I can really for sure say is that everything will be okay, because that was the feeling that I got, like that feeling that no matter what, everything's going to be okay. And it
Yeah.
seems kind of vague and like not real. I don't know. It seems very vague, but it's very
But
comforting.
no, but it's like I had an experience, Zafir, to where I seen death going down, and I seen life going up, right? But
Yeah.
they were both the same thing.
Yep. It
It was
is,
like
because it's all
it was
recycling. It's
it
all
was like
recycling.
he was like saying they were just ripples within the ocean, but they didn't know that they were the ocean.
Nope.
So a wave is the ocean. But what do we say? We say, no, that's a wave.
But
It's
it's
still the
drops of
ocean.
water
yeah,
that make it up. And it's crazy because water is like one of those things. It's like Bruce Lee said, be like water. It's like water does everything with ease. It just flows the path of least resistance, and it chews the rocks to sand,
Yeah. And then
with
when you
it's
ease.
like if you got a cup, if you got a cup and took a cup of water out the ocean, you wouldn't say, "This is the ocean." You'll say, "This is
know,
a cup of
this
water."
is a cup of water.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You get
From
what
the
I'm
ocean.
saying? You say, "This is a cup of
Exactly.
water," though. Like, you
Exactly.
know
You
what I'm
wouldn't
saying?
call it the ocean. You'll be like, you can
Yeah,
take that cup of water to 1,000 people and be like, hey, this the ocean. They be like, nah, it's a cup of water.
yeah, yeah, facts. Yeah,
But
that's fact.
it's the ocean within that
Yeah,
cup. And it's like you are the universe within you.
Yep. Well, and we're made from stardust, all the complex compounds, all the elements are made from the centers of exploding stars.
Some people
So
made
we,
some people out there made from weed. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just
yeah, well, they're necessary too, though, just
yeah.
as important. Nothing superior.
But it's weird because you start to see that this is the grand symphony of life
It
right
is. It's
here. It's
harmony of the spheres.
yeah, it's a grand symphony, and it's so many instruments being played, and you hearing them all, and it's like, but it's a beautiful sound being made.
Yeah,
It's ugly at the same time, though. I mean,
it
there's
is. It is both. Yeah. Well, and that's the whole thing is you have to
oh,
be able to take it, but
theme.
it all. Like you have to accept it.
Man,
Like,
Wally, click the link, Wally, and come in.
come up, Wally.
Yeah, come in, Wally.
What's really funny is
it's
I
not
lived on I
Discord.
lived I lived on a street named Soto.
On solo.
Soto is the like it says Wally Soto.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my street that it was like the alley behind my house was called Soto, and the street was called Hollywood, and that was the place where my house burned down twice.
Yeah.
Oh dang, that's what that was. I didn't know
Thankfully,
what.
I wasn't there, and all of my animals were not there at the time either. So I was remodeling a house, and there was a girl that like she was crazy. She thought that she was God and that I was the devil and that I stole her life. That's what
She
she
was.
said.
She wasn't lying though.
Well, I guess she wasn't, but like she didn't have to burn my house down. Jeez.
The devil told her to do it.
Well, that would have been me if, according to her, like I didn't tell her that.
Ain't that
According to
what?
her, I was the devil. So,
Hey, I think that's the weird thing about it is like when you start to see, you go, dang, like sometimes the guy got to play the devil because because when you got somebody going against your godly nature, you have to get evil and do something bad to them.
yeah, well, and at that point in time, you might have the authority to do so, and not have like you might be the harbinger of someone else's bad karma, but you better be very careful about that because if you're wrong, it bites you, and it hurts you badly. I know from personal experience.
Yeah, I think we all do. I think we all do. Okay, let me see if this thing. That's
Yeah, people
crazy.
look at me and they're like, "Oh, what do you know? You're just like some white girl." I'm like, "Dude, you do not know what I've been through."
What's up? I didn't. Was I that loud?
What you do? Have somebody on loudspeaker?
Yeah, because my thing wasn't working.
Yeah, then you that loud.
Oh God, wait. I'm loud in the house, y'all,
Uh-oh.
and I do got it on loudspeaker.
Yeah. Is that your girl?
Yeah,
Awesome. Yeah, it's funny because like my guy, it's sometimes whenever he's here, he'll like just be in the background too.
yeah,
Like, yeah,
yeah. So I
he
can't.
he doesn't want to be on it like on the live streams, but he has been a couple times when somebody asked him because they didn't want to talk to a girl. They were like, yeah, some Orthodox priest or something that I was talking to.
Damn, he was
Yeah,
docs.
yeah, I talk to everybody. Like, I doesn't matter who they are. Everybody knows something that I don't know. So
Yeah, that's how I am. I speak to everybody. It's like the weirdest thing because once I start talking to somebody, they just constantly start talking to me back. Like it's like
me
they will
too.
not
It's
shut
like they
up.
give
I'll
me
be
their
like,
life
damn,
story. It's like I didn't even ask. I'll be standing in
like
line at a shopping.
yeah.
I tried to avoid it for a while, but then I was like, well, I guess this isn't going to work. I put my headphones on and they'd be like trying to pull my headphones out of my ear, trying to talk to me. I'm like, okay, I guess this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, but I gotta go, y'all, because I'm being too loud and my girl's
Oh,
out.
well,
She
yeah,
trying to get some sleep, so I ain't
yeah,
gonna mess up her sleep. But
that's sweet.
y'all can
We don't
go in.
mind.
Yeah, everybody, you can check out this
Thank
video, and then we'll talk about it next time. It's yeah, before God had a name, the forgotten truth of the monad. But
yeah,
Yeah.
thanks, Dave. Thanks, Severe, for
yeah.
popping.
Thank you.
Good to see you guys again. Love
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
Bye.
yeah. Same. Okay. All right, y'all. And yeah, y'all, sorry about that. I get loud sometimes in the house and it is like about to be 1 o'clock. But the weekend is here, so I'm gonna be live. We're gonna be live all weekend, so we're gonna be able to dive in. And Wally, make sure you be able to pop in, Wally, on StreamYard, because it's easier to pop in on StreamYard than it is on Discord. So make sure you pop in. Anybody with a link, when I share the link, anybody can pop in. It's always open to anybody. But I hope you understood what I was talking about and what I was saying, because like I said, this was my last 2 experiences. And that's why I have to dive in tomorrow night, because I have to see how far it's going to take me. Because like over time, like I have been wanting to dive in, which I went in on the on the what's the name, but it was cool. But still, though, I have to go back to the mushrooms for a while, because I got to see how much further it's going to take me into this thing. Because my last 2 experiences, it was showing me this right here, to where it was giving me the understanding of the monad and the, you know, how existence began, how the God thing started to actually take over. And that's what I was saying. Like, it was like, dang, show me that God was like this other entity that was just trying to take over reality. It was like trippy as shit. But I'm about to go, Cryo. You gotta pop in next time. We'll be back tomorrow. You feel me? Tomorrow, Friday, I'm gonna be off work. You feel me? So, you know, I got the weekend off. Y'all know that. And then yeah, we'll be live. And then I'll try to set up to where, you know, I can do lives within the daytime or something. But I gotta go. I'm a holla. Y'all have a good one. Peace out. Thanks for joining. Hit that like button on your way out, and I'm gone.